Now let's move on to editing a report on the desktop. When you're ready to edit a report on the desktop, go to the Inspect homepage and select Inspect Reports. This is where you can find all the reports that you have access to. At the very top, you'll see report statuses. There are 3 status types for reports that are in progress, draft pending uploads, and ready for review. If you've submitted a report from your mobile device to the desktop, it will be in one of these statuses. To add or remove a status, go into the status field and select or remove one. When you're done, select Search. Here, you can see the most recent completed report. Select it and continue working on it on the computer. You'll see the same information you saw on your mobile device. You can review the space that was inspected, the people who contributed to the inspection under the Inspection Contributors field, and you can edit and review the inspection date and the status of the report. If you need to change the inspection date, you can select the pencil icon and change the date. To edit an existing comment or note, select the 3-dot menu next to the finding or note and either edit or delete that finding. To change the response to a question already answered on mobile, select the 3-dot menu, select Edit Incident, and then make changes as necessary. If you'd like to remove a comment or response that you've made, go to the 3-dot menu, select Edit Incident, and then select the Delete button. To respond to a question on desktop, you'll do the same thing as on the mobile device. You will select one of the options by selecting the icon. When you're satisfied with the inspection, you can submit the report. If you see the yellow banner, it means there might be questions that have not been answered. Go to the top of the report and select Respond with remaining questions. Once you've answered all remaining questions, you're ready to submit the report. Select the Submit button in the top right. The report may move to a review status, where an administrator will need to approve it before it's submitted to the responsible person, or it may go directly to the responsible person. You can search for that using the search area at the top. Reports that are ready for review or sent to RP indicates that the report has been successfully submitted. A report in Done status has no open findings. If the report does not have administrative review, it will move directly from the inspector to Done status because there are no actions the responsible person needs to take to close out the report. Select Search, and you can see the report is in Sent to RP status, meaning it's ready for the responsible person to resolve the open findings. If you don't find the report immediately, you can search using the Advanced Search area. You can search under the party inspected or the subject of the inspection, which could be a department, unit, device, or building. You can search the beginning and end date for the inspection, search by inspector name, the responsible person's name, or location is tied to your checklist. You can search by a writing group name, a tag, or finding status. It might also be useful to search by keyword. After entering the search parameters, select Search to see the results. Let's go back and begin an inspection starting on the desktop. Go to the top and select Start Inspection. It will take you to a screen similar to what you saw on your mobile device with a selection of checklists available. Pick one and select the subject of your inspection. When you're ready, select Let's Go. Just like when you begin working on a draft from your mobile device, you'll be able to answer all the questions, selecting symbols like X, checkmark, or NA. To create a finding, select the X, which will take you into the detail page. This is where you can add comments about what you identified. On the desktop, you can upload any type of standard document or file to associate with the finding. On mobile, you can only associate photos with the finding. Just ensure each file is 10 megabytes or less. To add a tag, select the field and select one. Select the appropriate routing group to add a routing group and assign this finding to a person or group. Choose a location if relevant to the checklist. Determine whether the finding was corrected on site. You can also edit the action plan. Make sure there's a days to resolve entry so that the system properly notifies the responsible person about deadlines. If the finding requires verification, select that box. When you're done, select Save. When all questions have been answered, particularly those with findings or non-compliant incidences, go to the top of the category and set the remaining unanswered questions to either compliant or not applicable. You can set the remaining unanswered questions for the entire checklist. When you're ready, select Submit, and it will go to the administrator for review or the responsible person for resolution. In some cases, you may see a smaller search field when opening the inspection reports page. If you'd like to do a deep dive into finding a specific report, select the Advanced Search button. You can use the fields and filters to find the report you're looking for. Depending on your access, you'll have more or fewer reports than colleagues based on the programs and checklists you're associated with. When a report is in draft, you'll see reports you're working on that are still in progress. For a collaborative report with unanswered questions, a report will fall into pending upload status. When complete and ready for review, it will be in the ready for review status. A report with open findings will be in the sent to RP status, and a report with no incidents or non-compliant issues will be marked as done once resolved. The responsible person must close out the findings before the report moves to this final stage. You can use the finding status field if you're looking for a report needing escalation or attention due to being overdue. Review reports in the Sent to RP status with unresolved findings. Use the Requires Verification toggle to regularly check reports that need your approval. To review findings ready for verification, filter by the report status of Sent to RP and select Ready for Verification under Finding Status. Then select Search and you'll find reports ready for review. To verify a resolution plan, scroll down and read the resolution details at the bottom of the finding. Select the three-dot menu on the right to mark the finding as resolved or not resolved. Marking as resolved will move the finding to resolved status. If you mark it as not resolved, the responsible person will be notified to propose a new resolution. When you select Resolved, you can add comments or attachments. Select Save, and the report will move to the Done status. To check the history of a finding, go to the three-dot menu and select Incident History for more information on actions taken for that finding. If you need to elevate or share a finding, you can start a discussion, which is useful if a finding is overdue or requires review by another person. You can add comments and tag someone in the program, and they'll receive an email with a link to the finding. After saving, they'll have access to the findings. If you'd like to review the findings you identified, select the View Findings Only toggle in the blue banner. You can see which questions were marked as non-compliant, have been resolved, or had comments added. To print the report, select Print Report in the blue banner. For additional training materials, visit our training website at riskandsafety.com/training. If you need assistance with any of our software solutions, please contact service@riskandsafety.com.